Kilo Delta 8, Mike Golf November, Kilo Oscar, Mike Golf November, mobile, in and out.
Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, Chris.
Kilo Mike 7, Charlie Golf India, in and out. KM7 CGI, in and out.
November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo. November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo.
Trying to get one more there to make 10. Got a nice little list there. N2ISK Bob, New Jersey. KM7 CGI Larry, in and out, Maricopa, Arizona. Chris, Michigan. KB8 PLV. Good morning, Chris. And Bob, Fairfax, Virginia. K2 TV. Kurt, Michigan, in and out. KD8 MGN. Mobile, in and out. Have a good day there, Kurt. James is mobile, Spring, Texas, AA5JW. Karen, Tennessee, KI4NHQ. And Bill, Palmar, New York, N2BH. And top of the list, Robin in Wales, GWOIXK. Good morning, Robin. And do you have a kerosene lamp?
Whiskey 0, Italy, X-ray kilowatt. Greetings to all across the pond. Hope you're all enjoying your breakfast. No, we have no kerosene lamp. And the time over here is 12:39, almost dinner time. WX, it's a lovely day. And we send you greetings from Wales in the United Kingdom, stateside. We're 240 miles west of London. GW0IXK, back to standby.
QSL, my friend, you have a wonderful day there. Great audio, and thanks for joining us this morning. Let's move on to my buddy Bill, Palmyra, New York, N2BH. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Roger, Vicky, everybody. No, I haven't had a kerosene lighter in quite a few years. The rest of the day, we'll see what it brings. N2BH.
Thanks for joining us, Bill. Have a great day. Let's move on to Karen in Tennessee, KI4NHQ. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a way. Yes, I do have, I think 2 lanterns. I haven't used them in a while, but have a couple of them.
Thanks for joining us, Karen. And yeah, my mom had a few of them, and my dad, and one of them's like about 8 inches tall. It's a really cool looking little lantern, and it works, that's for sure. Thanks for joining us. Let's go on to James, Spring, Texas, AA5JW Mobile. Good morning, James.
Well, good morning, Roger and Vicky. Thank you for running the net this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. James in Spring, Houston for work today. Going to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood and looking forward to seeing the sunrise here in a little bit. To the question at hand. Well, first of all, in my family, we try to avoid gas lighting, but I do have a couple of kerosene pressure lamps, which I've just gotten into collecting, but my primary kerosene lamps that I have about 15 of are the Aladdin lamp. If you Google it, it's a kerosene lantern with a round wick and it has a mantle on it. It lights up a room, it'll warm room. They're just fantastic old lamps, and I think they're really neat. With that all said, 7-3, hand it back to net. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Oh, you're always good to hear on a cloudy day, James. You have a wonderful day there, and keep motoring along. Be safe. And we had Kurt in and out mobile day, and we got Bob, Fairfax, Virginia, K2TV. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Roger, Vicky, and the crew. Well, having grown up in Long Island, New York, we used to get some frequent storms. I remember years ago, my mom and dad had the glass hurricane lamps. They had kerosene in them. They were glass, dangerous too. But the hurricane lamps, they're long gone. So no, I do not have a kerosene lamp presently, and the flashlight will have to do. Everyone have a good day. This is K2TV.
Yes, these new LED lanterns are pretty cool, and they're pretty bright, and don't use a lot of battery either. Thanks for joining us. You have a wonderful day. Let's move on to Chris, KB8PLV. Good morning, Chris, and do you have a kerosene lamp?
Thanks for having me on the net. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Put me down for no. Last time I saw a kerosene lamp was the one my uncle used in Boy Scouts, and they always warned them to be careful using them inside those big canvas suits. Everyone have a good week ahead. This is KB8PLV. Back to net.
You have a good day too, Bob. Thanks for joining us here on the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. This is KO4QMM, Roger in Central Florida. I'm your controller for the next about 10 minutes. Then we got Al coming in to take over. So that's it for that list. Let's move on to the text list. And from the bottom up, stand by. We got KC2JZE, Bob, New York. NY1US, Norm, New York. N3DQD, Ray, PA. N5GI, Rick, Florida. N8ZFH, Gary, Michigan. NOCKV, Mark, Minnesota. Where am I at? RBC, my buddy 20-meter net logger, West Seneca, New York, Randy. VE3TCS, Tim, Canada. KE2EDS, Mark, New York. And top of the list, N2ISK, Bob, Woodridge, New Jersey. Let's go to you, Bob. Do you have a kerosene lamp? N2ISK. Good morning.
Good morning, Roger and crew. Oh, yes. I have a big old glass antique, and my wife and I started collecting many years ago, working miniature ones, all different styles and types, and so we probably have about a dozen of the little working miniature ones. And, yeah. For camping, I used to, camping we had the Coleman lamp too, the pressurized, under the white gas version with the males in it, but yeah, I have a lot of them and use a lot of them, so there you go.
Yeah, that's it. I got one of those miniature ones. They're pretty cool, gotta say. Thanks for joining us. You have a wonderful day. Let's go to Rod, West Virginia, WD8 KOB. Good morning, Rod.
Well, good morning, Ned. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday morning. And the answer to the question is no. Hope you guys have a great day. Just enjoy. It is peak leaf season here in Southern Virginia. WDA KOB.
Well, it is a beautiful morning here in Central Florida. I got the windows open. I got my hex beam up. The bands have been good, so that'll give you an idea of what I might be doing today after a bike ride. And thanks for joining us, Rod. Let's move on to Mark, New York, KE2EDS. Good morning, Mark.
Roger, good morning, Vicki, and everyone else on the net this morning. We do not have the windows open. We're at a brisk 41 degrees, so the windows are shut and the heat is on. And the answer to the question is yes. It is a decorative lamp, but yes, we do have a kerosene lamp. Have a great day, KE2EDS.
Thanks for what you do for the East Coast Reflector there, Mark. Always appreciate it, and we got you down for a yes. Let's move on to Tim, Canada, V3TCS. How about it, Tim? You got a kerosene lamp? VE3TCS, are you still there? Alright, let's move on to my buddy Randy, W2RBC, West Seneca, New York. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Roger, Vicki, and everyone on the Morning Brew. No, we used to have two back when I was in my teens. They were replaced by Coleman lanterns for camping, though. Back to Net Control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
You have a great day, Randy, and we'll be talking to you later. Let's move on to Mark in Minnesota, N0CKV. Good morning, Mark.
The rest of the brew crew, everybody else on the net. No, I do not have a kerosene lamp. Everybody have a great Tuesday. And 0CKV back to net.
Thanks for joining us, Mark. You have a good day. Let's move on to Gary, Michigan, N8ZFH. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Roger, Vicki, and the crew. When I turned on the radio this morning, I expected to hear Scott, but thank you for clarifying, and you're doing a great job this morning, Roger. And I have about 10 of them. I started looking for unique ones a few years ago, and I use paraffin wax. And around Halloween week, I hang one on a hook outside. Please check me in and out. I'll continue to listen. And ZFH, back to net.
Thanks for the flowers there, Gary. Yeah, those are big shoes to fill, Scott's, but I'm doing my best and having a good time doing it, so I hope Scott's having a good vacation. Let's move on to Rick, the Villages, Florida, N5GI. Good morning, Rick.
Well, good morning, Roger, Vicki, and the rest of the bird crew. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in the Villages, and just enjoying life. And like you, I'm glad the bands are open. I'll get a chance to play a little bit later after I finish walking the dog. As for the question of the day, no, we don't have any kerosene lamps. Got a few flashlights, but that's it. Okay, Roger, back to you. This is N5GI.
I know you're going to enjoy the weather, Rick. Have a good day. Let's move on to Ray in Beaver, PA, N3DQD. Good morning, Ray. And do you have a kerosene lamp?
Good morning, Roger. Vicky, Al, everybody else in there this morning? The answer to the question is no. This is N3DQD.
Another no for the list. Thanks for joining us, Ray. And let's move on to Norm, South Wales, New York. NY1US. Call sign there. Good morning, Norm.
Thanks, Roger. Good morning to you and Vicki and everybody on the brew crew today. And we have a couple old kerosene lamps, but we don't use them. They're just decorations. So pretty good. Thanks for doing the net, and back to you.
They do make some good decorations. Thanks, Norm, for joining us. Have a great day. Let's move on to Bob, Hamburg, New York. KC2, JZE. Good morning, Bob.
Kerosene lamps are no. I had the old Coleman lanterns. You put the gasoline in and fire them up and pump them up, but no, I never had a kerosene lamp. Back to that. Have a great day. KC2, JZE.
You have a good day too, Bob. This is KO4QMM Roger in Central Florida. Let's move on to Jeff, last on my text list here. KE8SMN. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Brew Crew. This is KE8SMN. Yes, we have kerosene lamps. Also have kerosene gears. This is KE8SMN. Back to net.
Cool, Jeff. Thanks for joining us this morning. And that's the end of my text list. And looks like we got about 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and take some in and outs. Any in and outs? Call sign twice and slow.
Control, please copy N9BBM. N9BBM, in and out, Nate, Chicago. Thanks for running the net.
Kilo Delta 2 November Lima Mobile. KD2NL Mobile, in and out.
I'll be in and out this morning. November 2, Juliet Papa Delta. November 2, Juliet Papa Delta, in and out. Whiskey 5, Tango Oscar Mike.
Whiskey Delta 4, Oscar X-Ray Tango. Whiskey Delta 4, Oscar X-Ray Tango, in and out.
KPP, K and 4 KPP, in and out. K2 TKD, in and out.
All right, think that worked out good there. From the not sure if we got this one right. You can come back. K2KTB. Is that right? K2KTB.
Kilo Delta. Kilo 2, Tango, Kilo Delta. That was Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo, if you were checking on me, Roger. Have a good day.
Alright, I think we got everybody there. Let's, from the top up here. KQ8U, Bob, Michigan. KD2YUY, Charles, New York. KD, Garrett, New York. KN4KPB, in and out, John, Orlando. WD4, T, in and out. Route, Winter Springs, Florida. Come on, get it together here, Raj. WW5TOM, Tom, Texas, KB2UDB, Mike, Florida, K2JPD, Dennis, New York, W9AM, Sam, Ohio, KD2NL, Chip, New York, and 9B, Nate, Chicago, Illinois. I think that's it for the in and outs. And looks like my time's up, so that worked out perfect. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. This is KO4QMM Roger in Central Florida. I've been your net controller for the first hour, and now we're going to move it on to Al, which is K8BAC in Michigan. It's up to you, Al. I did all I could do. Everybody, 7-3 from the Sunshine State. Take it on, Al.
Hey, that was good timing, Roger. The little lady inside my head said it's time for me to get up and move. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY, logging for me. I'd like to thank Roger, KO4QMM, for jumping in, placing Scott, and hope Scott's having a good day. Looks like he left off with a few text check-ins, WA2WWK, Ron and Amherst, KQ8U, Bob and Ecorse, and KD2YUI, Charles in Syracuse, New York. Let's add on to that list. Let's take some general check-ins. General check-ins, come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo, Echo 2, Charlie, Charlie, Kilo. KO4, Echo 2, Charlie, Charlie, Kilo.
KR4 CKC, KR4 CKC.
Whiskey 2, Alpha, Juliet, Victor. Anthony, Whiskey 2, Alpha, Juliet, Victor. Good morning, Al.
Kilo Charlie 3,
Kilo 5, Bravo Mike,
Victor.
India.
Kilo Charlie 3,
Kilo 5, Bravo
Alpha,
Mike,
Victor.
India.
60 WM, Kilo Delta 6, Oscar Whiskey Michael, in and out.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo, and 1 WEB. 4, Romeo Sierra Mike. November 4, Romeo Sierra Mike.
Well, that's a good little list to get things started. First of all, recognizing our in and out station, KD6OWM. Steve in San Lorenzo, California. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for checking in this morning. From the bottom up, we have N4RSM, Richard, Sumter, South Carolina. N1WEB, Webb in Collierville, Tennessee. KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. KD3ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. K5BMI, Kyle in Silsbee, Texas. We got KC3LAV, Mike in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. He's mobile. Mike will get to you in just a second. K2AJV, Anthony, Atco, New Jersey. KR4CKC, Bill, the Villages, Florida. KO4CLD, Micah, Tuscumbia, Alabama. KE2CCK, Matt, Frankfurt, New York. And then I think I've already said the rest. Let's grab our mobile station here, KC3LAV, Mike in Lidditz. Question of the day, do you have an oil or kerosene lamp? Good morning, Mike.
And a fine good morning from beautiful Lancaster County. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Yeah, we have an oil lamp that, I guess it's,
Decorative, but it's an oil lamp, mostly batteries. KC3 LEV, thanks for having the net today. Ray in there in Elizabethtown, and everybody else on there. Happy days, stay hydrated. KC3 LEV clear.
Alrighty, thank you, Mike. Have a good morning. Let's jump up to KD2 YUY, Charles in Syracuse. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everybody else listening in on the brew. Up until about 2 years ago, I could answer yes. Accidents happen, and the decorative hurricane lantern had an accident. So currently, no, we do not have any hurricane lanterns. 73, all back to net control, KD2, YUI, and I missed that sucker.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a good day, Charles. Let's go to KQ8U, Bob over there in Ecorse. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Al, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. I've got 2 kerosene lanterns. Unfortunately, they got red lenses in them. I stole them from a construction site when I was a kid. That's all I got, kerosene. Everybody have a great day. KQ8U, back to that.
Yeah, we won't tell if you don't, Bob. Have a good morning. WA2, WWK, Ron and Amherst. Good morning.
Whiskey Alpha 2, Whiskey Kill. Well, good morning to all my friends. Thank you for doing that. No, I do not have a lantern. Everything I have is battery operated. Some are even rechargeable. Some are disposable. So I got a few of each. My grandfather, I can remember many a time when I was just a little guy, did have the kerosene lanterns. They were very bright, and they tended to warm up the house, but they also had a smell to them. So, WA2WK.
Alrighty, thank you, Ron. Yeah, they do. We got kerosene, we got oil, and we got battery. All of the above. So, I understand that smell is kind of unique. Let's go to KE2CCK, Matt, in Frankfort, New York. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Al. Good morning, everybody on that. Yeah, we got plenty of them on the farm. At least 10 plus, and oil and kerosene, and kerosene heaters as well, when needed. So, and they all still work, believe it or not. Yep. So, there's that. Anyway, everybody have a great day. Stay safe. From KE2CCK, back to net control. Out.
All right, thank you, Matt. Have a great day. And yes, we kind of put emphasis on any kind of alternative heat and light sources because, you know, the power grid's not so great. KO4CLD, Micah, Tuscumbia, Alabama. Good morning.
Good morning. Nope, I do not have any kerosene lamps or heaters, but I do have some brick propane battery powered heaters that I use for backup. KO4CLD, back to net.
All right, thank you, Micah. Have a great day. Let's go to DKC, Bill in the Villages, Florida. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, Al, and the rest of the brew. No oil or kerosene. Battery operated. So that's a no for me. KR4CKC, you all have a great day.
All right, thank you, Bill. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to W2AJV, Anthony in Echo, New Jersey. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Net Control. This is Whiskey 2, Alpha Juliet Victor, and no, I do not have a kerosene lamp. I never did have one. My girlfriend has a few decorative ones, but that's it. W2AJV, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Anthony. Have a great day. K5, BMI, Kyle in Silsbee, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. No, do not currently have an oil or kerosene lamp. Had them as kids. My parents did. So I'm sure they're somewhere in storage, but do not currently have one.
All righty, thank you, Kyle. We got you down as no. Have a good day. Let's go to KD3 ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the rest of the brew crew. Yeah, we do have a couple of lamps, but I'm going to put them on the decorative list. Back to net control, KD3 ATQ.
All righty, Jim. Have a great morning. Let's jump over to KC3 up at GD, Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Al, Vicky, everyone on the brew. No, we do not have them here at our current location. However, at our previous home, we had about a dozen or so of the vintage ones, and they were worth quite a bit, so we sold them when we moved here. Hey, everyone, have a great day. Heading out to get some donuts for the wood shop.
Donuts and wood shop sound like an excellent plan, Ray. I wish I could do the same. Have a great morning. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to N1 WEB Webb down in Collierville, Tennessee. Good morning, Mr. Webb.
Thank you, Alan and Vicky. And you can put me down as a yes. In fact, my wife's getting kind of spoiled. She doesn't like that kerosene smell, so I have to get her tiki torch fluid every now and then. But yeah, we lamp, and we heard that someday we're going to get electricity in this part of Tennessee. So I'd like to see what that's all about. And
yeah, I hear that TVA deal is moving through Tennessee. Maybe that'll amount to something eventually. Have a good morning, Webb. Thanks for checking in. Let's go to N4RSM, Richard, Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning.
morning. I do have an oil lamp for backup.
That's what I like to hear, is redundant systems in your survival plan. Good job. Thanks, Richard. Have a great day. KY4NB, Scott down there in Memphis. Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Good morning, Al. Everybody on the brew crew, Brother Webb and Brother Randall out there. I may have a kerosene lamp somewhere. I know I've seen one in the house somewhere. Wouldn't use kerosene in it though anymore. It'd be the oil. And we'll keep some candles around, you know. And yes, they're supposed to invent that electricity here for Tennessee before long. And well, anyway, we'll see what happens there, Al. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes. KY4NB, back to net.
Man, I'm just picking up some heavy, oh brother, where art thou vibes this morning, guys. That's beautiful. All right, thank you, Scott. Thanks for checking in this morning. I got another text check-in, K4RKS, Rob in Pensacola. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. This is Rob in Pensacola, Florida. And to answer your question, yes, I do have two of the lamps and storage. It's a nice day up here in northwest Florida, 55 degrees. Thanks for running the net.
All right, thank you, Rob. Enjoy that beautiful day down there. It's a little cool up here, but we're starting to get a little bit of sunshine, so maybe I will get outside and take myself a walk before I go to work. All right, we got a couple more text check-ins. We got W2AJR, our buddy Andy over there in Cheektowaga, New York, AJ0EF, Joe, West Seneca, New York. Let's add on to that list. General check-ins. Come now to call signs twice and slowly.
WEJM, W2, CJM Mobile. CJM,
W2 CJM Mobile. W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. KF8DR, KF8DRJ.
India Romeo Echo.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Charlie Sierra Papa, WB9 CSP.
Number Whiskey 3 United, NW3U. Whiskey 8 Bravo Papa Delta. W8BPD.
KF8 DRC, KF8 Detroit Rock City.
Maybe or something, and that's close to your call sign. Could you come back with your call sign twice and slowly, please? Was there a station out there that was a IRE? The last bit of last suffix was IRE. If you can come back with your call sign, please. Yeah, we'll go with K2IRE, Eric in Fredonia. Another station sounded like a WB9 CSB pad, perhaps, if you could come back with your call sign.
Nope, you got it right.
WB9 CSB, are you a New Ham?
No, I started last year.
All right, nah, it's just not coming up on QRZ. All right, well, from the bottom up, we got KF8DRC, Jack in Rochester, Michigan, Detroit Rock City. We got W8BPD, Brian, Warren, Michigan, NW3U, David, Garner, North Carolina, and WB9CSB. We've got KFDRJ, Doug in Allen Park, VA3CRF, Vern in Waterdown, Ontario, probably out for his walk. And 8HLN, Mike, Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. W2KJB, Tony in Homosassa. W2CJM, Charles, I think he was mobile. W8WHK, Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida. We got WB2JPQ, the godfather of the East Coast Reflector, Dick. We got KJ4ZFM, Robert, Deltona, Florida. K6AAN, Mike in Valley Springs, California. Let's grab Charles, W2CJM, question of the day. Do you have an oil or a kerosene lamp? Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and everybody on the crew. The answer is no. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for doing the net.
All righty, thank you, Charles. Safe motoring out there. Let's grab Vern in Waterdown. I think he's on his walk, VA3CRF. Good morning, Vern.
Good morning, Al and Vicki and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Yeah, just out for a walk. It is, do the math in my head, 50 degrees. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. Man, go Jays go. What a game last night. Anyway, question of the day. I do have a kid. Don't ask me where it is. My wife probably knows where it is. But anyway, thanks for doing it, Al. Hope everyone has a good day. VA3 CRF.
All righty, thank you, Vern. Yeah, congratulations. They did a heck of a job. I was pretty stoked about our Lions coming back and having a good game yesterday, too. So enjoy your walk, sir. Let's jump up to the top of the list. AJ0EF, Joe, West Seneca, New York. Good morning, Joe.
The rest of the Brew Crew. No, I don't have any oil or kerosene lamps, but I've got a bunch of those crank-up lamps and two very young kids to keep them going. I'll turn it back to Net Control. This is AJ0EF, 73.
Yeah, that'll keep them occupied, won't it? All right, thanks for checking in. Let's go to W2AJR. Andy over in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning, Andy.
Morning, Al. Morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Yeah, we've got a couple have come in handy. W2AJR 73. Everybody have a great day.
All righty, thank you, Andy. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to K6AAN, Mike in Valley Springs, California. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Brew. And that's affirmative on the oil lamps. I've got 6 of them. And I actually, like these all the time, like to just fire up 1 or 2 of them and take them out on the front porch and sit out there and play ham radio at night. It's pretty doggone nice. They're super reliable. Anyway, you all have a good day. This is K6AAM. Back to Net Control.
Yeah, that sounds like a good night. All right, have a great day, sir. KJ4, ZFM, Robert, Deltona, Florida. Good morning. KJ4, ZFM, Robert, you with us? All right, here, nothing. Let's go down to Dick. WB2JPQ, the godfather of the East Coast Reflector. Good morning.
I did, I'm Mobile. I did check in earlier. I guess Vicki had me in and out. Just wanted to say good morning. It's no on the question, no gas lanterns. But come join us tonight at 8 o'clock for the attack net. I'm sure Roger mentioned it. And I got to admit, it's really different being on the other end of Net Control instead of being in the control room in the morning, being Mobile. What a difference. We're in the control room and see what's going on out here. It's transparent. So have a good day, everybody. Hope to see you tonight. This is WB2JPQ Mobile.
All righty, thank you, Dick. Be safe out there. Yeah, I sure listening to this on the way into work is a lot different from sitting here. Let's jump down to W8 WHK Bill in North Fort Myers. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning from foggy 72 degrees here in Southwest Florida. The answer to the question is no, we don't have any kerosene or oil lamps. We have a plethora of electric lanterns, flashlights, ready for any that hits, and we haven't had to use them yet this year. Okay, I'll turn it back to you. This is W8WHK 73s, everyone, and back to Net Control.
Yeah, knock on wood, it's been a pretty mild year as far as that type of thing goes. Hopefully that'll continue. Let's jump on to one of our facilitators, Tony in Homosassa, W2KJV. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Al. Everyone on the Morning Brew. Tony here in Homosassa. It's 63 degrees. Got the lanai window open, and yes, we do have 1 kerosene lamp. Hope everyone has a great day. 7-3 all. Back to you, Al. W2KJB.
All righty, thank you, Tony. Have a great morning. Let's go to Mike in Grosse Pointe, 8 HLN. Good morning, Mike.
Yeah, good morning, Bill, Vicky, and the crew. Coming to you this morning from the east side of Detroit, where it's 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies. The answer to the question is no. Do not have any. Used to have years ago, but somehow, I don't know, they disappeared. So back to the net, 73 and HLN.
All righty, thank you, Mike. Have a great day. Let's jump down to Doug, KF8 DRJ in Allen Park. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everybody on the net, everybody in the Zoom room. Put me down for a no. I tend to not trust myself around flammable liquids. I do not have one of those. Everybody have a great day. 7320 KF8DRJ, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Doug. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Let's go to WB9 CSB. For some reason, still not coming up in QRZ. Good morning.
Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 9, Charlie Sierra Papa, Michigan, Paris, Texas. I believe somewhere around here we have one of those, what are they? Camp lanterns where you put the white camp fuel in it, but it also takes kerosene. So I guess we have one of those. Everything else is electric. Back to you, WB9 CST.
All righty, thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great day. Let's go to NW3U, David, Garner, North Carolina.
Good morning to you and everybody out there on the morning brew. Hope this finds everyone well. Oil lamps in the house, none whatsoever. So the answer to the question, no for today. Thank you, and glad to be here. Hope you guys be here tomorrow. NW3U.
All righty, thank you, David. Have a great day. Let's go to W8 BPD, Brian in Warren, Michigan. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, the rest of the brew crew. I can't recall if I have one down here, but at the property in the cabin, I know I have 4 that function perfectly. Starting this time of year, I use them and test them regularly to help keep the trailer warm. Back to net control, WABPD.
All righty, thank you, Brian. Have a great day. Let's go to KF8 DRC, Mr. Detroit Rock City, Jack in Rochester. Good morning, Jack.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Yes, I have Coleman, and it's a dual lightning. That's the light twice. Two little light bulbs. I have one, plus I have a heater, 2, that heats up the room. And that's all I have for today. We used to go lamp. Never forgot that lamp. Thank you for running the net. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
All righty, thank you, Mr. Jack. Have a great day. Looks like we've had a few text check-ins sneak in. We had KJ4LXJ Rex, Crystal River, Florida. KI5 PMI Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. KQ4UAM Kevin in Interlochen, Florida. And KD3AJN Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Just a reminder, question of the day, do you have an oil/kerosene lamp in your home? Let's go to Anna, KD3AJN. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Al and the group in there this morning. No, we do not have any lamp. Everybody have a great day. KD3AJS.
Alrighty, thank you, Anna. Have a great morning. Let's go to KQ4 UAM. Kevin, Interlochen, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the crew. I still have one Coleman dual fuel lantern, double mantle lantern that I've used for years, probably 30, 35 years old. Finding them very hard to find parts for them, Al, meaning the pump and the generator is on them. But, yep, we still have it in our stash in case we have a hurricane thing. I think I put a generator in it a couple of years ago, but I need a pump for it too. KQ4 UAM, back to the net.
Oh yeah, we got a fully functional Coleman. Boy, let me tell you what, those things give off some serious light and heat. It's a pretty nice thing to have around. And hopefully you can get some parts for that thing, get it functional. Let's go to KI5 PMI, Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Bill, everybody on the brew. For the next 2 weeks, I'm not in Hobbs. I'm in Tomball, Texas for work. So I wish it was for pleasure, but it's for work. No, we do not have any oil lamps. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5 PMI. Back to net.
All righty, Bill. Yeah, it's no fun when it's got to be work. Well, hopefully you can sneak in a little bit of fun in there after all. Let's go to KJ4LXJ Rex in Crystal River, Florida. Good morning, Rex.
Good morning to you and all the brew crew out there. Yes, I do have two of them. I've never used them. They were my mother's, and when she passed, my sisters decided I needed them up here in Crystal River. So they kind of set up on top of the china cabinet. KJ4LXJ, back to you guys.
All righty, thank you, Rex. We'll put you down as a yes. That takes us to the bottom of the list. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY. I'm breathing a little sigh of relief because I see the credit card charge went through on the anniversary flowers I sent my wife, so that's a good little bit of news this morning. Things are going smooth. Let's take some more check-ins. Check-ins, come down to call signs twice and slowly.
VK1JT, VK1 Juicy Tomato.
Wendell. Kilo Delta
Whiskey Bravo 5 India Tango Tango, WB5IGT, in and out, and none.
Kilo Delta 9.
Juliet, Whiskey Victor, Kilo Juliet 5 Juliet Whiskey Victor, in and out.
Oscar Golf.
Kilo Juliet 5 India Mike Whiskey. KJ5 India Mike Whiskey.
Whiskey Kilo, Quebec 4, Charlie Tango Papa Mobile, KQ4 CTP Mobile.
This is November Juliet 1 Sierra Mobile, NJ1 Sierra Stroke Mobile. Check in only, in and out.
Whiskey
KJ5 LJJ. KJ5 LJJ. KJ5 LJJ Mobile. VK1JT, VK1 Juicy Tomato, Canberra, Australia.
N1 CBM, N1 CBM.
A good little list. First of all, we had a KD9 station patiently trying to check in. Couldn't get his call sign out. That KD9 station, you sound like you're checking in maybe with Echolink or something. Come with your call sign twice and slowly we'll get you in there. If you had a KD9 in your call sign, you were trying to get in, come with your call sign twice and slowly. We were trying to get you there. All right, hearing nothing from the bottom up. We have NL5J, Lonnie, Kirbyville, Texas. Our aeronautical net controller, N1CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi, he's mobile. NJ1S, Eric, Shelburne, Vermont, he's mobile. W2EM, Chuck over in Lancaster. KQ4CTB, Maya, mobile. And KJ5IMW, Robert in Houston. KJ5JWV, Brandon in Tomball, Texas. Brandon was in and out. And WB5ITT, Chris in Beaumont, Texas, he's in and out. Good morning, guys. Have a great morning. We had VK1JT, John in Australia, and KO4RXE, Wendell in Crittenden, Kentucky. Let's go down to our mobile stations. Let's start out with KQ4 CTB. Good morning. Question of the day, do you have an oil or kerosene lamp?
Good morning, all, from KQ4CTP. No, I do not have a kerosene lamp. So put me down for no. Hope everyone has a great day. 73 KQ4CTP, back to net.
All right, thanks for checking in this morning, Mike. If you are new to the East Coast Reflector, if you never checked into any of our nets, once you do, you'll receive a welcome letter from the East Coast Reflector team. We invite you to jump to the eastcoastreflector.com website and check out all the great things going on there, including the East Coast Reflector magazine. It's a great place to visit. Let's go to NJ1S, Eric, Shelburne, Vermont. Good morning. NJ1S, are you with us or are you in and out? I do believe he was an in and out. How about KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis? Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning, crew. As of now, I don't have a kerosene lamp, but I have used one in the past. This is Greg, KJ5LJJ, out of Purvis, Mississippi, by way of Slidell, Louisiana, and I'm back quiet.
All righty, Greg. Have a great morning, sir. All right, let's jump up to the top of the list. Let's go to KO4RXE, Wendell in Kentucky. Good morning, Wendell.
KO4RXE. Wendell is the handle. Wendell, I hate the window unless I'm looking out of it. KO4RXE. I do not have a kerosene lamp or oil lamp, but I think they are pretty cool. KO4RXE, waving my hand, morning crew. Back to you.
All right, sir. Have a great morning. Enjoy it. Let's go to VK1JT, John in Australia. Good morning, John.
Hope everybody's doing all right and travelling well. We had another lovely spring day here, and as for the heater, or the lamp or that, no, we had an oil heater that ran on that oily stuff that we used to get delivered by truck once every few months, and I remember that as a kid, so that's going back to the 70s and whatnot. So, but no, the lamps we had were the cool, what do they call them? The Coleman gas lamps. Coleman gas lamps. I remember them as far back as I could remember. And the thing about them is the mantle is actually radioactive. I've got a few still in the bag that I whip out every now and then and show people with my Geiger counter, setting that off. But yeah, they're actually radioactive because they contain thorium. So anyway, there you go, a little lesson for you, VK1JT.
All righty, thank you, John. Have a great morning. Let's go to KJ5 IMW, Robert in Houston, Texas. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, everybody, the Brew Crew. That would be a no for me. And that's all we got. 7-3s, KJ5, IMW, back to network control.
All righty, thank you, Robert. Have a great morning. Let's go to Chuck in Lancaster, W2EM. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew Crew. I have an oil lamp down at my camp, along with a couple of wall gas lights that I use all the time. And I even have some Coleman. I have both gasoline and propane Coleman. Haven't used the gasoline in a long time, but I was using the Coleman last week. So yeah, you can put me down as yes. Another beautiful day here in Western New York, so I'll send it back to net control. 7 for everyone, W2EM.
All righty, thank you, Chuck. Have a great morning, sir. Let's go to our aeronautical net controller, Carlos in Hollywood, N1CBM. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning now, Vicky, the rest of the crew. Beautiful day down here in Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. Not at the moment. I don't have a kerosene or oil lamp at the moment. I used to, but I lost it in my last move. I don't know what happened. I thought I put it in a box, and years later I was looking for it, couldn't find it. But the funny thing is, it was a Kerosene lamp. You could use Jet A1 also into the fuel. Since Jet A is a more refined version of a Kero, it's perfectly safe, and it gives you that little turbine smell when you're lighting it up. Nice in the morning. Back to you, Al, and 1CBM. Everyone have a...
I love the smell of turbine in the morning. Thanks, Carlos. Have a great morning, sir. We've got some more text check-ins sneaking in here. W8CLG, Doug in Homosassa. KQ4EFY, Tim, Columbia, South Carolina. KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster. And NL5J, Lonnie in Kirbyville, Texas. Let's go to NL5J, Lonnie in Kirbyville. Do you have an oil or kerosene lamp? Good morning, Lonnie. NL5J, Lonnie in Kirbyville, are you with us? I hear nothing. He may have to step away. KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Al and Vicky and everybody on the brew. Yeah, I still got a Coleman lantern. Haven't used it in quite a while, but still have one. And not much going on today, Al, so I'm just going to send it back to the net. Everybody have a great day. KC2JPQ.
All righty, thank you, Frank. Have a good morning, sir. Let's go to Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, KQ4EFY. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, everyone on the Brew Crew. This is KQ4EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina. And yes, I have a kerosene lamp. Back to net control.
All righty, thank you. Have a great morning, Tim. Finally on this list, WA8CLG, Doug in Homosassa. Good morning, Doug.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And no, I do not have a oil or kerosene lamp. I do remember as a kid, though, a family had a cottage. At that time, we called up north.
which was about an hour's drive north of Detroit. And that was the norm. There was no electricity, no running water in the building, and complete with outhouses and all. And I'm running a little late this morning. Normally checked in long before this. Anybody have a good day? WA8CLG. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Doug. Have a great morning. All right, it's 8:44. Let's start another round of check-ins. If you want to check into the Morning Brew, come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo. Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo. In and out.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Yankee Charlie. Kilo India 5, Whiskey Yankee Charlie. In and out.
Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Yankee Quebec. Kilo Charlie 1, Sierra Yankee Quebec.
November 2, Uniform Oscar Golf. November 2, Uniform Oscar Golf.
Kilo India 7, India Hotel Uniform, Dave, out of Murray, Utah.
Kilo November 4, two-tone blue. KN4, TTB. In and out this morning.
In and out.
Mobile, KD2, VRS, mobile, in and out.
5, Charlie Papa Oscar. Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Papa Oscar mobile.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo, in and out. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo, in and out. Good morning.
November 3, Lima Yankee. November 3, Lima Yankee. Glenn, in and out.
Bravo 9, Foxtrot Juliet Oscar. Ben in Bloomfield, Michigan. In and out.
I got to say, that's a pretty good little list we got going here. Let's recognize our in and out stations. WB9, FJO Ben in Bloomfield Hills. KJ5DXB Frank in Sugarland. Yeah, KD2 BRS Tom Hamburg, New York. KD4QIP Bart down there in Huntsville, Alabama. Good morning, Bart. KI5 WYC Luke, Spring, Texas. KO4MMK Jeff, Apopka, Florida. They were all in and out. Guys, thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great morning. From the bottom up, looks like we have N3LLY Glenn in Bernie, Maryland. We had KK40XX Jonas, Miramar, Florida. We had KC5 CPO Dave, Burleson, Texas. Looks like he's mobile. We'll get with you in just a minute. KM4CTB Donnie, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. KN4 TTB Steve, Largo, Florida. KI7 IHU Dave in Murray, Utah. K2U OG Sale in Spring Hill, Florida. KC David, Essex Junction, Vermont. We had KD5 RRJ Dan in Kirbyville, Texas. K5YNU Florin in Conroe, Texas. And KE4NTG Walter in Hollywood, Florida. Let's jump down to KC5CPO Dave in Burleson, Texas. Question of the day, do you have an oil or kerosene lamp? Good morning, Dave.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful 65 degrees here in North Texas, and we're enjoying the cooler weather here. Yes, we have several oil lamps around the house, mostly for decorative purposes, but when the power goes out, they get used. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank those of you behind the scenes in the Zoom room, and y'all have a great day. 7-3, KC5CPO.
All righty, thank you, Dave. Have a great day. Yeah, functional decorations. That's the way to go. All right, let's jump up to the top of the list here. Go to KE4NTG, Walter in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning, Walter.
Good morning to you and the rest of the people on the East Coast Reflector this morning and Morning Brew. Yes, I have a couple kerosene lamps for the same reason, for decoration, but they do get used if we have a hurricane or something like that. There's an emergency lighting if we run out of batteries for our flashlights. I want to wish everybody a great day. Everybody stay safe, and just like the other gentleman said, thank you very much for running this net. It's a great start to the morning. This is KE4NTG Mobile, Hollywood, Florida, 7-3.
All right, thank you, Walter. Have a great day. Let's go to K5YNU, Florida in Conroe, Texas. Good morning, Florida.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everyone on the Morning Brew crew. Currently, I do not have one, but I'm very familiar with them. I grew up in Europe, and I remember those days when the electricity was on schedule. So every house had minimum 2 or 3. So yeah, I'm aware of it. But currently, I don't have one. Net control. Everyone have a blessed day. K5YNU.
All right, thank you, Florida. Have a great day. Let's go to KD5RRJ, Dan in Kirbyville. Good morning, Dan.
This is KD5RRJ Mobile, and yes, sir, we absolutely have quite a few oil lamps, and like some of the others have said, a lot of them are for decorative and antique, but they do have oil in them, and they get used when the power goes out. And I do believe we have one kerosene lamp, but I don't think I've ever lit off the kerosene lamp, but we have lit off the oil lamp quite a few times. Appreciate y'all being there. This is KD5RRJ. Back to net.
All righty, thank you, Dan. Have a great morning. Let's go to KC1SYQ, David, Essex Junction, Vermont. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, Brew Crew. No, actually, I do not have anything like that. Sounds like an interesting thing to get in the house in case of an emergency. Everyone have a great day. KC1SYQ, back to net.
All righty, thank you, David. Have a great morning. Let's go to N2UOG, Sal in Spring Hill, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Al. This is N2UOG. Good morning to the rest of the brew crew, Vicky and the rest. Yes, we do have a couple of decorative oil lamps with oil in them, just in case power goes out. We want to be ready. So thank you for what you do, and back to net control. This is N2UOG.
All righty, thank you, Sal. Have a great day. Let's go to KI7IHU, David, Murray, Utah. Good morning, Dave. KI7IHU, Dave, are you with us? Well, we'll mark them in and out. Jump down to KN4TTB, Steve in Largo, Florida. Good morning, Steve.
Hours of the time I acquire one, it ends up smashed. So I've just kind of given up on that one. I hope everybody has a fantastic day today, and be safe out there. KN4, TTV, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Steve. Have a good morning. Let's go down to Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, KM4CTB. Good morning, Donnie.
8
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Well, of course, down here we refer to those most of the time as hurricane lamps, and we've had some in the past, but, oh gosh, a little over a decade ago, we replaced all the hurricane lamps with the Generac. So we've got a big one. It takes care of the whole place, and then have some of those flashlights to go around. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great day, Al. KM4CTB, back to net.
All righty, thanks, sir. Have a great morning. Yep, hurricane lamps are a necessity. Let's go to KK4OXX, Jonas in Miramar, Florida. Good morning, Jonas.
Good morning, sir, and thanks for taking my check-in. As far as the question is, yes, I have a few what we call hurricane lamps that burn the oil, not the kerosene. I also keep a couple of those gas lamps for the outside and battery lamps for the inside. The hurricane lamps don't get off a lot of light, but they keep you from bumping into your furniture at night. And if you really need a little more light, the battery lamps are there to help. Thanks for taking the check-in, KK4OXX.
All righty, thank you, Jonas. Have a great morning. Let's go to N3LLY, Glenn in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Good morning.
Well, good morning to everybody on the net. This is Glenn, N3LLY, in lovely Glen Burnie, Maryland. And the answer to the question is no, I do not own any oil lamps. We've been very fortunate here in this neighborhood to have not lost power any time that I can remember. But now that you bring it up, I'm going to probably want to run to the store and buy. Anyway, you guys all have a good day, and I'll wish you 73 N3LLY.
All righty, thank you, Glenn. Have a good morning. Well, I've got about 4 minutes. Let's take a couple more check-ins. If you want to get in at the last minute, come down to call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Hotel, Echo, Foxtrot, KQ4, HEF.
Whiskey 4, Papa X-ray. Whiskey 4, Papa X-ray, in and out.
QQWK, K2QWK, mobile.
Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie Oscar Hotel. Just checking in and out. Time for the Morning Brew Crew. I.O.
All right, let's hold her up right there. It sounds like a good little list. First of all, our in and outs. We had KR4COH, Hector in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and W4PPX, Don in Hollywood, Florida. Guys, have a great morning. Thanks for checking in this morning. We had VE3TGN, Tim, over in Windsor, Ontario, across the lake from me, and K2QWK, Philip, East Aurora, New York. WB1DXN, Daryl in Epsom, New Hampshire, at the top of the list. KQ4HEF, Keith in Thompson, Georgia. Question of the day, do you have an oil or kerosene lamp? KQ4HEF, Keith, good morning.
KQ4HEF, Keith and Thompson. Question it. No, I don't. Just want to check in. KQ4HEF. Everybody have a good day.
Well, Keith, you have yourself a great morning. Enjoy it. Let's go to WB1DXN, Daryl in Epsom, New Hampshire. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Vicki and Al and the rest of the Morning Brew Crew. If a tiki lamp qualifies, then yes, we have one here in the house. Everybody stay safe for the weekend coming up in a few more days. And always expect the unexpected to be sure that you can get out of the way before it hurts you. WB1DXN.
All righty, thank you, Daryl. Have a great day. K2, QWK, Philip, East Aurora, New York. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning to everyone on the crew. The answer to the question is no, I do not have anything like no oil or kerosene lamps of any kind. Back to net, K2QWK.
All righty, thank you, Philip. Have a good day. Today we got BE3 TGN, Tim over in Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning to our next controller, Ricky. We're there at the roof. And the answer is no. I got battery operated lanterns. They work okay, but I resettled a fuse with that kerosene for the lead told the answer is so bad. Actually, this is E3 TGN with the answer, or makes sure the answer something to all.
All righty, thank you, Tim. Have a fine morning. And with that, we're wrapping up another edition of the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in this morning. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be jumping back in here, Lord willing, at 8 a.m. Everybody have a great day. We now return the East Coast Reflector to normal amateur radio use. 73, everybody.
Well, I want to say good morning to the Morning Brew. I sat here and waited for my call sign to be called out. I did hit text check-in, and I think you missed a lot of us on that text check-in. I was near the next to the last one on the text check-in, and my call sign wasn't called. But anyway, good morning to everyone. Kilo Jupiter 4 Zulu Foxtrot Michael, on my way to the doctor's office, as I usually am every morning. Everyone have a blessed day.
Fox Mike, this is Victor Echo 3 Tango Charlie Sierra Mobile.
Well, I guess it didn't matter. Anyway, I'll say good morning to the Brew Crew again. Kilo Jupiter 4 Zulu Foxtrot Michael.
Zulu Foxtrot Mike, Victor Echo 3 Tango Charlie Sierra Mobile.
Yeah, good morning to you, sir. I was actually sitting here waiting for my call sign to be called out, and it never got called out this morning, but I'll say good morning to you and the rest of the Brew Crew that was in there. Don't know what happened this morning. But anyway, on my way, I actually am mobile, so do the best that I can. Anyway, top of the morning to you. Kilo Jupiter 4 Zulu Foxtrot Michael.
I actually called on for the fifth time in about 2 weeks that you texted in, but we've called you back. VK1.